Tonight's event is a WALC CONfluence, so it's under the banner of Walking Arts and Local Communities, which is a European project that Walk, Listen, Create is involved in, and involves 6 partners who are all involved in walking projects, including ourselves. And Het Vermeer, who is the artistic coordinator of the project, will tell us a little bit about that now. Okay, just
Mhm.
let.
Good evening, and thank you, Annemarie, and wonderful to see you, Eléonore. There is a Flemish poet who eloquently said once, when I point my finger to the moon, people tend to look to my finger and not to the moon. So I'll be that 15-minute long finger pointing to Eléonore with a short introduction about where we stand with WOC, which is about collaboration, about collectiveness, and where 5 countries, 7 partners are working in remote areas, in forgotten areas, and seeing walking as a way to activate places and communities. It's a 4-year project, and the next activity in this trajectory will be a pivotal point, will be an interface, and will be actually showing for the first time the collective results that are have been achieved in the process till now, in these places, in Guimarães, in Portugal, in Catalonia, in Vilfania, in Prespa, and now in Prosper Polder. I'll share my screen and tell you a bit more about that. Now, why do we meet in Prosper Polder, which is a border area in the Dutch-Belgian area? Now, the Prosper Polder is a place that is very recognizable still. If you watch through these Renaissance paintings of the Flemish painters of the 16th and 17th century, not so much had changed at one side. The castle you see there is still there. And at the same time, it became a place near the border of Antwerp that is highly industrialized, the port infrastructure, a nuclear power plant that make this a place where change is literally lived and felt in every step you take, being with one foot in an incredible nature reserve and a place of historical beauty, and at the other side in a place that is overshadowed by industry, port, pollution, and danger of disappearance. It is a place where we gather now in September, and where you're all very welcome to join. That's why this short talk is about. It's both an invitation to join us, as an invitation to see where are we going with WOC, and where WOC will be going finally after these 4 years. We continue in another format, hopefully with many of you participating in this continuation, this iteration that will follow over the years. And it is a place that reflects the both elements that are so dear to us in this WOC project, which is ecology and community. It is a very small place where we will have our meeting, and it's also very symbolical that such a big European project eventually has its first moment of coming together in a village or in a place that has 200 inhabitants, and that is so far remotely that it is hardly reachable by public transport. It is in the polders. It's in very flat area that is actually the bottom of the sea, marshland, a salt land, that is part of the greater Saftinger Border Park at the Scheldt River. And it is very wide and desolate, but it has a central place that will be the place where we will stay together. The people that of walk that will meet there to look back and to look forward together with people that want to join us, and with six invited artists, about which I will briefly talk in a minute. This youth center is in the middle of the nature reserve, and there we can offer spaces and places to stay for people that want to join us, to be part of our small and growing community. It is at the same time literally at the border. But if you go 100 meters to in front, then you are in Holland. 100 meters back, you are in Belgium. It has still this historical, this Renaissance, the past, where you find these very old farms and places. At the same time, it's much immersed into the future and today, which is symbolized by an abandoned village that is at a few kilometers from the youth center and in the nature reserve, and at the same time at the port. A village that was where people were obliged to move away from, to leave their houses because of the port that was growing. As you see in the black and white photograph, once it was a living community, now it is completely abandoned. But the positive news is that it is now brought to life again by a group of ecological and artistic engaged people that occupy this place and give it a new life. This village that is at the same time the abandoned and the inhabited, has a strong community of people that make projects like installing and establishing gardens, creating their own food, like this in this food fetish on the former football field. That gather, they are call themselves the Dolen, which is an old Flemish name referring to this region. And it's more than reviving a place, it's also about being together. The second place where we will gather during this event in September is Hofterwelle, which is one of the castles of Beveren, of Prosperpolder, where we will stay, one of the three castles, and where in the chapel the walk partners and the invited artists and the people that want to join us will give a showcase, make a lab exhibition of walking arts today, both with one foot in this ecological and in the care that walking arts provokes towards community and places. Looking both to the past of walking arts that comes from very much place-based nature related practice into one that is now not separable anymore from working in community. The other places where we will explore together is Fort Liefkeshoek, which shows the strategical, economical importance of this place throughout the history, the 19th century, and is an island at the border of the port where walks will be organized and nature and industry meet each other again. And of course, in the Grenspark Saftingen, which is one of the most impressive and biggest wetlands in Europe, lying literally in the shadow of this industrial zone, where salt marsh plants, reeds, birds, fish, and insects are in abundance still, but still threatened by this industrial, and like you see, this nuclear plant and pollution that is coming slowly, sipping in. This will be a place of thinking together, of working together in what we call the Polder Lab, because this project in September is not just the closure of 2 years of working. It's also going on in a process over the 2 years that come that will focus on this place as a symbolical place of walking, thinking, and creating together. Seeing a wetland as more than just a place, but also as a symbol for change and for connection. Through as a lymphatic system that shows how water connects us all and roots connect us all, and how walking can deepen our understanding not only of a place, of each other, but also of the future. There will be lots of walking and not walking alone, but walking with communities. That is the other leg on which walk is built. Uh, in this place, which is called Polder, situated in the larger Beveren area, we have invited artists to work together with specific communities, communities that need care, and with people from mental health or institutions where inclusiveness is at central. So these will be included in all creative practices and in the walks. They also the artist will also very much focus on inclusiveness in a more global scale, in inviting people coming from far, refugees, migrants, to walk with us in this place. Next to intergenerational, working together with the youth of the places and with the older people, where we will at the end, at the last evening, have a joint festive moment at the senior residency. This event is looking forward to looking back. It is a moment where you can, if you are in the neighborhood, meet the team of walk, where you can meet artists that were involved in the whole artistic process. And over the 9 days, there were many talks, walks, and interactions where you can contribute to as well. I'll share with you the QR code, which you can photograph or which you can pull up later when you receive this PDF. And if you want to join us for one day, a few days, or the full week, you're most welcome to do so. This is the short overview of what is coming up in 2 months. I would, of course, not forget as well that the Grand Tour is happening in Catalonia in August, September, October as well. And that we, of course, will be making a bridge to Prespa next year and to Guimarães next year. That will be other moments where you will be able to join us. That's it from the walk side, and now enough fingers, and I look forward to listen to the moon talking. Eléonore.
Thank you very much for that, Had. I'll briefly become a finger pointing towards Eléonore as well. Anyone
Mhm.
who tuned in late and thought maybe I've tuned into the wrong event, I've come to talk about women, to listen about women walking under the moon, and I'm in Belgium. Gert Vermeer, the artistic coordinator of Walk, was just giving a little update on this wonderful walk project, which I'm very excited about. I'm going to go to in September. I'm giving a story workshop there. And it's open to the public as far as I know. There's a public program, which is does it start on the 13th or the 14th, the public program?
The public program already starts on the 11th
Oh, on the 11th.
by a screening of an amazing documentary about walking arts made in the frame of the Prespa encounters, and then continues over the weekend throughout Thursday, with everyday walks and talks and moments to be together.
Marvelous. So if anyone is in Belgium or fancies of popping over to Belgium, do come and join us. That would be great. And now we're going to move on to the marvelous Eléonore Ozanne, who is an artist and researcher, and since 2021 has been organizing this fantastic global project of women walking the city at night. Always, is this correct, Eleanor? Always under a full moon and always under the harvest moon, or have the moons
Yes.
changed? Always under the harvest moon. So if you're here tonight, I presume you've either been on one of these walks or you'd like to go on one. So I'm going to hand over to Eléonore Ozanne now, who's going to tell us more about this amazing project. Thank you, Eléonore. I'll let you share your screen. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Anne-Marie and Gert, for all the introduction and the fantastic projects. So as I've been here several years now, I decided to focus this little presentation on specifically on the walk that we've made last year. So hello everyone. On this summer night, I wanted to travel all together to imagine what we may have lived, played, loved, felt, and created across time and across spaces. Many of the words that you will hear tonight are not mine, and many of you who are here will recognize them. They come from all the persons that have participated in Women Walking the City at Night. They were given to me tonight for me to bring a story all together. And this shared story it's a shared story made from many different experiences. A story that is alive because each person brings something particular to it. Last year, we walked in 26 cities or places across 11 countries. So many different things happens, and I had a lot of different possible ways to tell you the story today. But as the world we are living in feels full of conflict, tonight I chose the path of dreaming upon the vast dark canvas that night stretches out before us. Night makes some of the ordinary details disappears and gives our imagination some more space to wander. So let's begin our journey. There is an ancient Chinese legend that says that at the beginning of time, the universe still had not born and had not formed. The sky and the earth were mixed together. Light and darkness, everything heavy, everything light, remained joined inside a huge cosmic egg. Inside the egg slept Pangu. He slept for 18,000 years. When he finally woke up, he was surrounded with darkness. He could barely move, he could barely breathe, so he took a huge axe and with all his strength, he broke the egg open. Everything light and bright became to rise and form in the sky. Everything heavy and dark sank down and formed the earth. But Pangu was afraid that the sky and the earth might come together again. So he stood between them with his feet planted on the earth and his arms holding up the sky. He remained there for another 80,000 years. Every day the sky rose a little higher and every day the earth grew a little deeper. And every day Pangu grew taller and kept them apart. Eventually, the sky and the earth were far enough for them not to gather another time, so Pangu died. But his body didn't disappear. His breath became the wind and the clouds. His voice became thunder. The blood became the river. His body became the mountain. His flesh became fertile earth. His hair spreaded across the sky and became stars and constellation. and his left eye became the sun, and his right eye became the moon. And so, according to this ancient legend, the world was born from Pangu's body. The moon we walked at and followed during our walk was once an eye. And maybe this is why we arrived with so much energy. I know that someone is waiting for us when we arrive in the meeting point. Coming together is already kind of a celebration. We take photo, we share clothes and food, we decide where we might walk, we read the opening text, stealing flowers from the garden, recognizing plants by the moonlight, by their size, by their scents. In one city, a woman arrived and found herself alone. It was a Monday night, early in October. Perhaps it was not the easiest night for a walk, but she decided to continue, and a man said to her, "You should not be alone at that hour." And she answered, "But I'm not alone at all." For us, it was different. We were not much, but just thinking that we were already many around the world at the same time gave us strength, safety, I don't know, like agency. Following the moon was like drifting, but with a compass to hold on to. Elsewhere, someone looked up and said, "Oof, I don't know anybody and I don't know what to talk about." And then, "But look how beautiful the moon is." Another woman said, "You know what? I put this wonderful dress and fancy shoes just to come and see the moon." In one place, the group had chosen a meeting point that was so dark that they couldn't see the moon at all. So they climbed on an old water tower, and there she was, shining brightly against the black sky. "Let's play with her." And we started walking. The child who needed a stroller last year could do it on his own this year. Melinda brought paper to draw the feeling of the walk. So much gets recorded as we walk. Here, people brought their bicycle. It works like a shield, but not so much for drifting. Maybe we could leave the bike here. Yes, okay, but could you come back with me at the end of the walk for me not to be alone? Yes, of course. The group seemed to have this ability to kind of gravitate toward other place without landmarks or fancy name, just powerful place. The church where my mom got married, the rose garden where I used to go with my grandmother, the local women council house, the park recently named Peace and Friendship in honor to native cosmovision, a bridge. Do you remember the demonstration for Gaza here? And when the police pushed us out? Ooh, these security guards all night on the bridge. They looked terribly bored, waiting on a rainy night. Are they afraid of us? As the nights become darker, our sense began to change. One of us used her flashlight until she became more comfortable with the ground beneath herself. By then, she and another walker was talking about their life and their dreams, comfortable in the dark, comfortable in the moonlight. I was in such a deep conversation that I didn't really pay attention to where we were. Well, to try to find darkness, we decided to walk along the canal. Then we crossed it and went up the hill and into the woods. We could nearly see the underground growth. It was very uneven. We crossed 3 different waterways. At the top, under, and around the trees. There were shapes beneath the trees. What were they? We moved closer, and to our surprise, it were sleeping cows. One person stopped. What is that? It was some kind of animal, but it was incredibly loud. Maybe the sound is echoing, or maybe it is very close of us. Are you okay? Yes, I'm less afraid than I expected to be. With you beside me, I'm fine. We continued, mostly silent, occasionally recalling the moments of walking at night or being outdoors. And I don't know, it's like if the sound of silence changed when the night falls. The atmosphere is mixed with my feelings. Darkness opens the sense. I hear differences, different change, distance change. The leaves of the tree speaks. Some group choose to walk apart in silence. Other walked a part of it in a single line. They say that it gave them a lot of power. And the question returned, were they afraid of us? In another city, the group saw many persons sleeping on the street. On a weekend night, surrounded with crowd and noise, perhaps they did not have noticed them in the same way. But that night, they did. The conversation shifted. They stopped talking about fear. They began to speak about vulnerability. Who is able to move through the city? Who is exposed? Who is protected? Who is afraid of whom? Let's continue. One group reached a park that was about to close, but they could not resist going inside. I climbed this fence when I was pregnant, a woman said. So they followed the moon deeper into the park. Their shadow became long and liquid upon the grass. Moonlight gathered around them, cool as water. Someone began to sing an old folk song, and we did all the same. At one point, the moon moved behind us, so we began to walk backwards in order to keep us following her. Watch out to the hole. Watch out, there's a branch. There's a step behind you. I know exactly where I am. I have no idea where I am. A woman who had recently arrived to the city was walking with her young daughter. I think that she's afraid of our shadows, she said. And someone answered, do you know the story of the rabbit on the moon? And another story began. As we walked, we watched the lights in the houses switch down. The city was closing the day, and we were opening a door to our instincts. Some of us had already walked. Some were walking at that very moment, and other would begin later. when we will be resting. Between shadow and moonlight, another group crossed a bridge and stopped there. Below them, there was a railway track. In front of them was the sea. They could have stayed there for hours. That night, there were bridges between places, and there were also bridges between people. On this bridge, looking at the horizon, I'd like to end this presentation thinking that what looked like a simple walk is deep down the creation of what is possible. I imagine each step as a tiny micro world of possible. Your presence here influenced mine on the other side of the world. And this shared dream binds us to everything we're related to all the dream we were able to weave that night around the world, across time and places. From the other side of the planet, Barbara, that is present here today, explained to me that there is a Mi'kmaq term whose translation would be all my relation, standing for respect, reciprocity, and kindship with all living things, friends, ancestors, land, and everything we can relate to. May we find in this attention to everything that connects us a sense of togetherness and a lot of poetry.
Thank you, Eléonore. That was wonderful and very poetic way that you wove in all of the comments. I recognized a couple from our group there, including something from me. There was just a wonderful, I'm sure you'll agree, there's something quite magical about it. Was a very beautiful night last year. It was very cold where I was, but it was a very bright, wonderful moon, because often you don't even see the moon in London because it's overcast. But this was very bright and clear, and it sort of gave a little magical spirit to the evening, a bit of mischief to the evening. And there was we were the ones who went into the park, and some men outside warned us it was about to close, and we were like, no, we'll be fine. And as we walked in the park, someone started singing, and I can't actually remember the song now, but it was interesting. It was an old folk song, and when they started to sing it, I suddenly remembered the words, as did many other people in the group who hadn't even thought of this song since we were children. And we all started singing it. It was a strange thing. It sort of activated something in our, deep memory. And we all started to sing this song together, which was wonderful. But I'm sure, you've just given us a little flavor of all of the slightly, serendipitous, synchronous, magical, however you want to describe it, little moments that happened in this thing. And it's the idea of, I don't know what you think, but the idea of like a collective mind, that we're all thinking about this thing. We're thinking about the moon, and we're thinking about all the other people who are thinking about the moon at the same time. And that creates some sort of resonance. I don't know how to explain it, but there is definitely a spirit that comes with it.
Yes, it's thank you, Anne-Marie. Yes, there's something very special about receiving all the wonderful things and testimony that you give me, because there are very different things and there are very similar experiences, and these similar experiences don't repeat all year, so it's synchronicity, I guess. This year there was a lot of bridge. I think almost every group passed through a bridge. And it was the first year that this theme came up. And then I could feel that the conversation was really needed. We talked about it last time that we met. I could really feel that we all really needed to gather and to be together to talk about everything, complicated things, and but also we were needing to dream and to think about to create a new world, something a little bit different, a little bit out of our everyday lives.
Yes, yes. I mean, there was definitely with the group, and please feel free to weigh in with your comments or questions for Eléonore while I'm speaking. But yes, there was a sense with all of us in our group that we'd all kind of left our everyday routine. I can't remember. I think maybe it was a Thursday night. I can't remember the actual night, but
It was a Monday night. It was
Monday
a
night. Okay,
complicated.
even more. Yes, even more dramatic. It's like usually when you're just catching up on things, and but yes, people in our group would mention, oh yes, I left the kids with like a microwave meal, or they'll figure it out, and there was a sense of all of us sort of escaping a bit our routine normally on a Monday night. Um, and it was quite, I think it's a little bit earlier this year that we're meeting. It's like September, whereas it was October, and it was very cold and dark. This year it'll be September, so maybe it'll be a bit later even when the moon becomes more apparent. So, but yes, it felt very it was very cold and dark. And I remember like walking through the park to get to the meetup with everyone and going, "Whoa, it's a little bit spooky getting here," but that same feeling that woman said of like, but I'm not alone, which made it wonderful. So, can you tell us a little bit about, are you doing everything, it's going to be a little bit earlier. It's going to be the 26th of September. Is that correct?
So it's going
Yeah.
to be the 26th of September. We are still organizing the different groups.
Yes.
And what more? And so I can give all the information if anyone is interested.
How do people get hold of you? I'm assuming a lot of people who are here have actually already participated, but if they haven't and want to get hold of it, because this will also be published on YouTube, so in case someone stumbles across it and wants to get hold of you to start their own group, how do they go about that?
On the link of this talk, there is all my contacts by email or by telephone. We can set a group, and it is not very complicated to set a group, but we need to talk about it.
And last year we did WhatsApp groups, is that right? I can't remember. It was actually Claire, I think, who organized the one that I was on. So yes, and people can exchange messages and yeah.
Yes, last year was the first time that we made a common WhatsApp group, and I think it gives a very common sense of everybody walking, but at the same time, it's true that it's the walk is already a lot of feelings. So the receiving so much moon is then it's very difficult to sleep because we want to know who is walking now.
Yes. Oh, yes. So did you have a 24 hours of checking your WhatsApp?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is normal.
Yes, yes. I think you said something very nice one time when I was speaking to you about it, that, there are other walks, collective walks that happen for political reasons and different reasons around the world. But the idea of following the moon, even that idea, which I think some people find a bit abstract when I've described it to them, like, how do you follow the moon? It's like, it's there. You can, when you're there, you know how to follow it. But that idea in itself makes it a poetic gesture, an artistic gesture in a way. There's something very poetic about, we're here. We don't know exactly where we're going. We don't know where we're going to end up, but the moon is there and we just keep walking in that direction. And it might disappear for a moment behind a tall building or a very big tree, but you kind of know where it is. It kind of draws you on. I had this sense that the moon was even when we lost sight of it for a moment, it was sort of drawing us on with its, does actually have a magnetic power. It controls the tides. So it's not, woo-woo to say that the moon has a power over us. And it does draw us on. Yeah.
It's important in every project actually to let free of interpretation in different layers. So there are people who comes to the walk that are are coming because of a very how can you say, like, spiritual way of seeing the fact of following the moon. There are persons that are very that are not spiritual at all on this part, but they really want to walk because of a political reason. And I think that there is space for everybody. And that's the fact that we are neither doing one thing or another thing helps us to be together and to talk and um, to be able to change of theme if or something that doesn't interest me so much. I can walk a little bit less.
Yeah, you can tune into the aspect that appeals to you about the moon and the walking. Maybe it's just the company that you enjoy, and the idea that you can walk at night
Exchange
in
and the
company.
exchange. Hmm.
Yes. Sorry,
The
I just
exchange.
had a question in the chat, and I know you just said, but did you mean that the links are on the event page for the Walk, Listen, Create event?
Yes.
I didn't want
And
to read the whole page while I was talking to you online, but I've posted the link to the event page, so you can find out a little bit about that. And there's a link to Eleanor's profile, and she's adding her details now in the chat. And you're also on Instagram, and this event will be announced on Instagram as well. And people can contact you via your Instagram as
yes,
well.
also.
Yeah. Yes. So there's multiple ways to connect. Does anyone have any questions or comments who has been on any of the moon walks and walks under the moon that wanted to talk about their experience or share it? You're welcome
Oh,
to.
how did it feel to be? Because I took a lot of your words and I put it in.
Yeah, so it's
Uh,
very nice how you
how,
wove
how
in.
do you feel about it? So,
Yes, it was very
can
nice.
you feel some of the magic or that happened that night? Or
And most of those comments were from the WhatsApp chats that.
no, I had a conversation with almost everybody that wanted to talk to me about the walk.
So Jessica, yes, would you like to speak? Are you unmuted?
Sure. Yeah, I'd love to just give some feedback. Maybe I hope Barbara will speak on both of our behalfs, and this is my sense. I haven't conferred with Barbara ahead of time here, but we were in Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada. And so it was really great. I know your WhatsApp was probably popping off while you were, those of you in Europe, at whatever 4 a.m. or something. But it was really great to for everyone in our group to be able to see what had happened before and get a real sense when we first gathered at this sort of memorial to women volunteers for the World War and World War II. So we gathered in this sort of historical monument and walked through several places that were women-centered. As we walked and having the experience of people explaining their circumstances for walking and maybe being fearful, I felt like I was anyway, really reflecting back on the progress that the fight that women have had in public to be able to be free in public space has garnered in where I live. in Canada, and because I did not feel in any danger whatsoever, and that was like thankfulness to those before me.
Lydia, hi Lydia. Can you say something about documenting what actually, whilst actually walking? I often feel disconnected if I stop to take a photo, type a text message, or read a message. Uh, Eléonore, or even Jessica, or whoever else is there, have you got any comments on, documenting while you're walking? Mel has also agreed with this comment.
Tamsin, you wanted I can answer, but I think Tamsin, you wanted to answer.
I was just going to say that because there was a group of us, then there were times when we were able to walk and talk, and there was no sense of documenting what we were doing other than being aware in the moment. And other times when one or other person suddenly stopped and took a photo or recorded something. But other than that, I think the responses came afterwards.
Something I noticed in the beautiful photos that you collected, and I don't know, Eléonore, if you desaturated them all so that they had a similarity to them, or whether I noticed that I took some photos, and naturally in that low lighting with the moon, everything is slightly desaturated anyway. But what's lovely about them is the slightly abstract quality, and it's sort of black and white abstracts, and the play of light and shadow, and they're not like, the modern balance of photography, which is selfie, me with the moon, So it was just very lovely to see these very poetic images that you'd collated, and I'm sure that's partly your selection and curation of the images, but I feel like it created different sorts of images. I know the images I took from that night, they're very desaturated and abstract. And there's this slightly frustrating thing at the time, because you see the moon and it's so magnificent. It was a very beautiful moon that night. I don't know about for you, Tamsin, but ours was very bright and clear. And then you get your pathetic iPhone out and take a photo, and it's this little blob on the screen. You're like, it doesn't capture how I feel about it. But somehow in your curation of the images that you had, you did capture something of that magic of this little beacon of light, and the silhouettes and the abstract shapes of like bodies and forms it creates. But there's nothing like exhibitionist or performative about it.
It's something that yes, it's like a filter, and I work on every image for it to take the best of it, to try to take the best. And as we are a lot of different person walking, I don't really want, like, I want us to feel free to be into the moment and not to be aware of if there's a camera or if I don't want to, like, I don't know. I think that when we are into an action, the most important is the action. But it's true that sometimes we want to take a picture. So this is why I really, it's not an automatic filter. It's a work that I do, working on all the images. But I think to answer to your question, Lydia, I think that in this moment the group is so is in a feeling of a community, even if there's a lot of people that doesn't know each other. We know how much we are in the group, and so we always wait one for another. So normally there's not a problem, and there's like a particular way of listening that maybe we won't have in a big group during the day. And so when somebody sees something beautiful and take the mobile phone, most of the time we all want to take our mobile phone and take a picture. So normally this listening into the group makes a organic kind of flow, I think.
That's a really, I think I was trying to say something like that before as well, but on a kind of almost on a global scale. But I always remember this study that I read about jazz musicians improvising, and they actually studied their brain waves with those little sensors on their heads, and they discovered at certain points when they're improvising, all their brain waves sync up. And I think there is something about this group walking under the moon. There's a sort of, as you said, that people sync up. And as you said, that when one person sees something, it's like we're all suddenly struck by this thing. So it's not like actually being taken out of it. It's like all of us as a group going, wow, look at that, particular angle of the moon under the bough of that tree, or, between those two buildings, or, and it didn't feel, at least in our group, and I can't speak for everyone, it didn't feel like we were getting out of the moment just to snap that photograph. Someone, you showed a photo, I think it was Melinda. Is that Melinda in Canberra who was documenting the walk
Yes,
drawing it? Yes, yes. So she does lovely sort of rather fluid drawings, and there's I don't know if she feels like it seems very organic for her as well, the way she does that. So I suppose the thing is to do what feels right in the moment, and let the spirit of the moon lead you. Yes, and the group. Yeah.
and
Molly's saying Melinda and I walked together in Sydney. Yes. Okay. So that image was with you, Molly. That's good to, yes, it was a very nice image.
it also was from Sydney.
Yeah. Can you join in as a single walker too? Mel was saying. Well, yes, it seemed like there were a few. If you want to walk singly and join the WhatsApp group and just say hi, so you feel like you're. I guess, and there was, some people hadn't planned to walk singly, I guess, but maybe ended up being. Yeah.
It happened in one only in one place, but yes, in south of Spain, and it's curious because in other year, the group really worked well, but I think that the fact that it was a Monday and on October, it didn't work. So
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you don't really know what's going to happen. You have to kind of go with as you said, it's the full moon, it's that night. It's not like you can rearrange it for another time when ask the moon to. So, but yes, if you're comfortable walking on your own, I suppose, and you feel
the,
comfortable.
the the idea is not to be alone.
Yes, well,
The idea
that's the thing. But
is not to
yeah,
be alone.
exactly. That you're
And
connected to a WhatsApp group
and
at the same time. Yeah.
yes, yes, but really the idea and I would work all I can for you not to be alone. And from last year we started to try to have two coordinators in each group,
Mm.
specifically for nobody to be alone. So um, no. But if it happens, then we can see how to manage it. But the idea is we have a little bit of time to organize things. So the idea is, yes, that is because of safety. Mm, totally.
It's also more beautiful, I think, in company, I think.
It's a
To
different experience,
Mm.
actually. The idea of this walk was to be connected. So there are many different ways to be connected, but walking with somebody in presence is very nice. And sometimes it might seem a little bit uh, stressful to walk with a person that we really don't know, but it's kind of walking, looking at the moon is kind of special because you you have to talk, even if it is just to decide on which way you're going to go. So it's quite organic.
Yes. In my group, there were some people who were very talkative and other people who were a bit more reserved, but I think everyone enjoyed it. There was no awkwardness. There was no problem if you didn't want to talk. No one was expected to talk because, in fact, having the moon there, everyone had something to do in a sense, which was looking at the moon. Yes. Yeah.
Oh yes, Molly, I'm reading your comments. Yes, you're the best organizer of
This is Molly,
Australia.
yes. Molly has it on her calendar for anyone in Australia. It's on the calendar of the Australian walking artist. We'll have to wrap up in a little while because technically this is meant to finish at well, this is 8 o'clock London time or whatever it is when it's an hour event. So if anyone has any last minute questions, do quickly raise your hand now. Thanks everyone who came along tonight, and hopefully I will see some of you, and Eléonore will see all of you on the WhatsApp chat. Walking Under the Moon on the 26th of September.
I would like to.
Yes, thank you, of course.
I just wanted to thank all the person that gave me all the testimony, and to trust me to speak on their behalf. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Eléonore.